Man, well, we just witnessed the Nuggets versus the Timberwolves series come to an end in Game 7 in Denver. Once down by 16 points, was it? The
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota Timberwolves beat the Denver Nuggets 98-90. Nas Reed came up big late in this game. Anthony Edwards found it in the fourth quarter and a little bit later in the third quarter. Crazy game we just witnessed on stream. Talk me through. What do y'all know? What do y'all see? What initial thoughts do y'all have?
I, uh, I, as the resident casual here,
Yeah.
I call it because I like Ant, and I'm disappointed in the Nuggets for not having this be a better series.
What? Okay.
It
You.
wasn't close the whole time. They were just going back and forth with slugfests.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that is true. I mean, they were up 2-0, then they won 3 straight. Then they won game 6 in Minnesota. The Nuggets, no, the Timberwolves won game 6 in Minnesota, and then it finally boiled out tonight. Gabe, Omega, what did y'all notice from this game, from this series? What are some takeaways for y'all?
Uh,
Go ahead, brother.
first of all, we see him. We you know how we got that whole like thing around that Ant is like Jordan, yada yada yada.
Sure.
Yeah, like he may have his shades of Jordan, but tonight he did it for the real goal. Tonight he did
Right,
it
bro.
for LeBron, Raymond
Preach.
James. You feel me? Them boys, them boys, them boys bounced the king out because the king got them old, bro. It's all right, but we're gonna fix that in this offseason. But we know why Ant went out there. We know who that whole team was playing for. You feel me? We know who they was out there rooting for. Come on now. Come on,
Los Angeles.
Get them out of here. Get them out of here. Send them. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go. Hey. I'm making the get a load of this guy. Get a load of this guy.
Move around.
Go on somewhere, man. Go on somewhere, man. Get out of here,
All right.
man. Go play
All
with
right.
your horses.
I'm be a little serious. Hey, the Nuggets played a good second half. I mean, not Nuggets. I meant the Wolves played a good second half,
Yeah.
Facts, facts.
and they did good. That's the thing about the Timberwolves. They was putting knives on them. They put Cat on them, even though they was Cat and Rudy Gobert was in foul trouble, but it all worked out at the end.
It's just crazy because like Gobert is like if Gobert being the biggest
He's sorry,
the
bro.
biggest one in the court, he's just
Defensive
so
player of the
he's
year.
sorry, And it's sad because it's just like, dang, you see him like you see the way he shifts his feet and the way he just gets on the floor on offense. It's really but he really just a body.
I mean, he
And
came up
like
with that big shot, that big fadeaway,
that big fadeaway,
like
that fadeaway, and
throwing up that
That was
garbage,
garbage.
throwing up
he
that
prayed, he
garbage.
prayed, he prayed for that because even his footwork with that, I was like, oh, we know you don't be practicing that. We know
Yeah, no.
you got lucky. You see that in a YouTube video. You say, oh, this
But
how they
still,
do it.
yeah. But hey, I think that's the real reason why the Wolves won the series because they got bodies.
Yeah.
Facts,
And they got
facts.
that they got and the commentator he said something that was pretty interesting. He said that like they don't know like where they are right now. Meaning they can do, say, act the way they want to because they've never been there before. And in one way I get it, and the other way I think like when I look at this team, I think okay. First off, much respect to the Nuggets. Played an incredible game. Played an incredible first half. Just fell off a little bit. Truthfully, just fell off in the second half. But I would say when I look at this Nuggets team or when I look at this T Wolves team, they are built for a championship. I mean, Nas Reed's incredible. 11 points. Came up big in the second half. Jaden McDaniels, even though he had 4 fouls, incredible. 40 minutes, 7 for 10 from the field, 3 for 4 from the three, 23 points. I think Cat as well. He played well. 23 points, 12 rebounds. I mean, all of these dudes are doing their job. And when their star went down in the first half and he didn't play the best that he could have or should have played, they stepped up. They tapped in. Anthony Edwards only had 16, finished with 16 points in the game, and most of that came from the second half. But truthfully, an incredible game from that T Wolves team. So the question goes to this: can they beat the Dallas Mavericks.
Yes.
For sure.
Why?
And it's crazy because I'm
How?
going.
They beat the best team in the playoffs, so they can beat anybody else.
I
in
mean,
my
yeah,
opinion,
that's a good simple answer, but I say again, they got bodies. They actually play their bench, and that's another reason why Denver lost.
they only played 3 people off the bench. That's the crazy part, and they had someone foul out, and still won.
And I think the Nuggets only played 7 deep tonight. I think Reggie Jackson and Christian Braun are the only bench players that played.
They didn't pull out Peyton Watson or DeAndre Jordan. Yeah. I mean, granted, yeah, you know, like you play with the players you know, but still, though, there was no true rest for some of their bigs. For
real. And Jokic played. I think Jokic played the whole game.
Yeah, I think so.
Damn near.
And Dallas, they got they got to see what Derek Lively about because he is a rookie, but I ain't gonna lie, I like him, even though he's a dookie. But PJ Washington, I don't think their team big enough. Daniel Gafford, he's like 6'9". He's like Nas Reed size, but
I mean, I think when I look at that, I think they both match up really well together. They both have size and in places. They both have that length. They both are in uncharted territory because both of these teams this is the first time in the Western Conference Finals, right? Right? I feel pretty sure.
This is Timberwolves' second time. This is Mavericks
that's twice out of the last 3 years they said last night.
So yeah. I mean, they're both at a point where it's like, okay, they got the MVP out. They got one of the best teams in the West out. Now this is new. This is gonna be a fight to see who really wants it, man. And I think when I look at it, I don't know, bro. I'm a little hurt right now, bro, because.
And you know what else I like about this?
The yoke.
Somebody's gonna win their first ring this year.
Yeah. Facts.
Somebody's gonna have a year that never had one before.
Do you know what I think lost the Nuggets this game? When they took out Jamal Murray and he was just too passive coming back in. That's what it was. I mean, because the third quarter he did nothing. Third quarter he probably had 2 or 4 points, and that's not enough for the guy who started the game off with.
Sidestep crazy.
He had 31 in the first half, and he finished the game with 35. Like what? Like that's just not productive enough in the second half, and I think he gassed himself out. In the first half, this team gassed himself out. Nikola Jokic with
I was about to say, I think he had 27 in the first half.
Oh, I think no, he had 31 with 11 minutes left in the third quarter. That's what it was. Yeah, so I mean, we pretty much call it 31 in the first half, but like for him to only finish with 4 points in the rest of the game for the 23 minutes, that's where they lost. That's why they lost, because he became too passive, and shooting the 3 ball for Jokic today, he was 2 of 10, finished with only, I mean, and these were open shots. 4 of those were open shots that he should have made, and I think shooting came to the end and lost in the game, and too much passiveness as well. But man, that's what a crazy game for them. What a crazy game for the T-Wolves. How about that self alley-oop at the end? A little disrespectful.
That was ready to bang.
Like, I don't know how I feel about that. I think that's a little tacky, personally.
I would have did that too, bro. They took it. No, I would have did that too. I'm coming to with disrespectful. I'm already winning. We in your home court. Y'all Denver's, and y'all won last year. So we already know y'all ready to do all this talking, yada yada. You took out the king. So I mean, come on, bro. Get him out of here. Get him out of here,
bro. Alley-oop on him, bro. That would have been crazy.
At the end of the day, my new finals teams are Celtics, Wolves, and I'll take the Wolves winning.
It's funny. I've said Celtics, Wolves for the entire time.
Have you?
Come back, they're dead, bro.
Yeah, I have. Who else have I said?
I don't know.
I've said Celtics, T-Wolves.
I said the winner of this series going to the finals. That's all I said. Oh,
yeah, we know that.
I did agree with you on that, because like whoever wins this wins the ring.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Mike Conley how big he was in the fourth quarter.
Oh,
bro.
but yeah.
Oh, he
Facts.
clutched.
Yeah.
Conley clutched.
He's the one we haven't.
Nah, but let's be real. Let's be real. Gobert clutched. That fadeaway set the tempo.
Yeah, and that
He
step
did.
back from
He set the tempo, and then he got bullied out of his last foul, which honestly wasn't really a foul. His last two fouls were kind of BS, if you ask me.
Mhm.
Me
Facts.
personally, but it is Scott Foster's crew. We have to anticipate
Well, I'm about to
BS
cook.
like that. But we also have to talk about the fact that almost nobody could shoot a three tonight.
Yeah.
Actually,
Murray shot, I think, 25% from three.
But it's gonna be late.
Daniels went 75% from three, but he was the only one who went positive from 3-point range.
I know.
Oh no, Mike Conley did too. Regardless, it was a cold night from 3-point range. Everybody was only going out for twos, layups. The Nuggets defense fell apart in the second half. It's
Michael Porter.
That's the main thing. It stopped working. Their defense in the first half stopped working, and it just wasn't good enough.
It's kind of like the old Warriors method of drop like double the points in the third quarter and win.
What do you say about Michael Porter Jr. Omega?
I said he can't have 7 points, shoot 3 for 12.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
He got to come every game.
He was getting buckets on us, bro. But he can't throw the ball.
At the least, he did do some rebound work, but he needs to hit more shots.
Hey,
where was Aaron Gordon at in this game too? Like, where was he
I told
at?
you, they all went they went passive in the second half, man. Like they
got complacent.
They were up by 16.
Mm-hmm.
No, they were up by 20 at one point. They were up by 20 at one point and lost this game. And I think some of this to blame is Michael Malone. I think not going to his bench a little bit more probably hurt him a little bit.
It's 1 and 2. That's what he was. He was living and died by Nikola and Jamal tonight.
Yeah, Jamal got too passive and started throwing up that garbage. They shot 24% from three, 8 of 33, 41% from the field. I mean, if you look at the other team, they shot 29 from three, little under 40% from the field. But it's crazy. You look at that, and then you look at what the Pacers did to the Nuggets today, or to the Knicks today.
Yeah, that's crazy. The Pacers was hitting everything.
60-something plus from the field. Anyway, well,
what was it?
We don't have to talk about that. I'll leave. We ain't gonna talk about the Knicks. We can talk about that at a different time. We can talk about
garbage. That garbage.
We can talk about New York later. We can talk about New York when I'm not around.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, go cry in the corner.
That's a sensitive subject.
Go cry in the corner. Thankfully, we're about to wrap this up anyway. Well, let us know how you feel. Let us know what you think the Western Conference is going to look like. I'm excited to see some of these games in the Western versus in the Eastern Conference Finals. But yeah, I've been your host, Davion. This has been the post game. Peace.